Good morning. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim. Previous episode, I flew from Boise to the little airstrip of Prairie, and was my first flight. So super cool. So real place to a real place, locations that I recognize for the most part, and about 95% accurate graphically. Excuse me, got my cup of coffee. It's early. So I tried to fly the next leg of my flight plan last night, but it's real time, real weather, real traffic, real everything, and it was after dark. I tried to fly it with not such great results. Flying at night, not my thing. I am trying to fly visually, so you can fly by instrument only, and you really should be certified for that when you're a pilot, I suppose, and maybe that's even a requirement. I imagine it is. So if you can't see, you still have to know how to fly. Pitch dark. Anyway, I'll show a clip of that at the end of this video, I believe. It's just a whole different kind of deal. So if this is your first glimpse at Microsoft Flight Simulator, and especially my series, what I'm trying to do here is fly into every backwoods airport in Idaho. That's my plan. Everything from developed and community airstrips all the way up to the highly not recommended to land in. So, and I think I got it backwards. I was trying to do the easiest to the least easy. I'm skipping the airports, the paved runways for now. And that's a whole other thing. Not as interested in that, but I made a list of all the developed airways, airstrips, and I think I probably should have done community airstrips first. Those look like they're a little bit more updated, a little bit more, I don't know, a little easier. I don't know, although the ones I've been flying into, the one I flew into was pretty simple. So let's go ahead and do a departure from 2U0. 2U, come on, type there. 2U0, which is Smith Prairie. And so that is where I landed yesterday. What I love about this, it's morning here, 8:46 a.m., and so you can see that it's not quite daylight, but better than it was last night. So I'm going to fly to 1U9, which is Pine. It's just a little hop. It's 20 nautical miles, and so I'm doing them in order from basically South Idaho all the way up north. So you can see some additional locations and things that I haven't explored yet. Let's stay focused. So such a cool game, and today we will be hopping over to Pine. Now, Pine is more in the trees, and Prairie was definitely desert. There were some mountains I flew over to get to it, but Prairie itself is very deserty. So, I guess I should grab my flight stick. See, we don't call it a joystick. It's called a flight stick. And this is where I landed yesterday. Look at this. So cool. So, release the brake. Sometimes it does not want to release. I don't know why. I want to make sure. You know what? Sometimes what I have to do is unplug and plug it back in. I don't know why. Now let's try it. Yeah. So what it requires me to do is unplug it, plug it back in, All right, so we're gonna hop over to Pine today. Look at this, so cool. This is what Pine would look like this morning if I were there. Let's go ahead and take off. Let's go ahead and switch our view as well. Come on, switch view, switch view. Wow, still not working. That's not great. Well, as long as I can control the airplane, that's great. But I do want to switch my view. That would be my preference. There's probably another way here. So let me see if I can. I'll just keep climbing. One hand on the joystick. I'm going to go up to camera mode here and see if I can switch to. Come on, open up. External. There we go. That's what I prefer. Just a comfortable view here. Okay, yeah, so I'm climbing a little bit too steep. Let's just get comfortable here. I need to be at 5,000 feet, and I'm already well over that. So one thing that, climb angle too low. Oh, climb angle too low. I assumed I was climbing too steeply. Climb angle too low.
Salt Lake Center Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna 152 1 miles southwest of 2 uniform 05,400 feet. Request flight following.
Anti-stall.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Salt Lake Center. Squawk 3271.
So that was a AI-assisted anti-stall, so I was climbing too steeply. So I need to be a little more gentle on that. And let's go ahead and rotate around to our target. There we go, over that direction.
Roger, Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
And one of the things I had a problem with trying to fly this route last night, I'm pretty sure what I did is I slammed into these mountains. You might think when you're flying and you see a altitude over there on the altimeter that I'm flying at 5,000 feet, that you're 5,000 feet above everything, and that's not the case. It's 5,000 feet above sea level. So if we're already at 4,000 feet or 4,500 feet, that only means you've got, you know, just a little bit of clearance over the mountains. And so flying at night, I've got more respect for the pilots who do that every night. I could not see a thing. These mountains were not there. There's no headlights that brighten up the entire land below. So, lesson learned. I think I am a daylight flyer for now. That might be something that I tackle eventually. So, I'm trying to climb a little higher than 5,000. These mountains seem to be, especially the one over there on the right. Not sure if I can toggle over to that view. Not really. There's no in between. It's either with this little hat, my joystick. It is only left, right, backwards. So, great view of the mountains there, and up over into the Treasure Valley that direction, and then I'm flying east here, basically towards Montana, but initially towards things like Sun Valley, etc. So, airspeed. So my airspeed there, you can see my airspeed was almost to 0, so I was about ready to stall again. Just need to be a little more aware. Luckily, this is super forgiving, and with the settings that I don't really think I selected any specific settings, but it kind of defaults to a fairly forgiving and easy experience, which makes it fun. You know, I think flight simulators a lot of times, just like a few other simulators that I've played recently, were just too difficult for your average player. So I like that you can start off comfortably and then you can crank up the difficulty for sure. So we're flying over terrain that I may have may have hiked before, may have driven on the roads before. And that's kind of why I decided to fly Idaho first. I mean, there's the whole world to fly out there in this game. I'm at 7,000 feet, comfortably high, so probably need to start coming down. Also, I made a note to maybe go over and find the river. And we're still 7 miles away, but probably a good time to start moving this way. And this is just me with my research. It looked like I needed to land from the south to the north. And this is a purely north-south runway. And so to get in up the river canyon, probably the best bet. We'll see. I don't want to have to do a flyover and miss it. I want to do it in the first take here. But I realized I don't necessarily want to fly directly towards the airstrip. I want to go over here and hit the river and bank and kind of come down in altitude. So you can see 4,214 feet. I assume that's the elevation of the airstrip, and I'm at 7,500. So I've got a ways to drop, almost 3,000 feet. So it's down there in that canyon. So let's go ahead and start reducing. I could probably reduce a little bit of speed. And, you know, because we're only 6 miles away. I'm not sure why I have two distances on the screen. That one says 9.32 nautical miles to the target, but I think there are other targets. I see South Bar Ranch is showing me. That's, I think, my next, might be my next airport. South Bar. No, that's not even on my list. So, just another airport. So things pop up, places for you to go and land. Graphics are gorgeous. And yeah, the sun is up here in Idaho. Headed that direction. I love the trees and the mountains. So we're gonna have to find that river and bank and lose altitude. Might be a little tricky for my my third flight. We're not talking about my second flight just yet. Okay, 5 miles. I can see the river over there, so looks like up and over. And I think it's coming in from this body of water over here to my right. I really could get over there and just follow the river the whole way up, but I think I will just continue and then bank left, drop altitude, and find the runway. So just checking my gauges here. Everything looks fine. 7,000 feet elevation. Gotta still drop almost 3. So let's continue down to the... I think I could pretty much go down near the surface of this plateau. Certainly not the nerves I would have if I was flying a real airplane. For sure. That would terrify me. But this is super cool. I feel like I am. I feel like I have a mission. I have a target. I have a purpose. And just, you know, I'm doing it. There is some, you know, AI help involved. If I let go of the stick, which I'll do right now, you can see it wobbles, and it is pretty self-balanced. So that's nice. But I have to find the runway and land and do all that myself. So it's a comfortable challenge. So yeah, here we go. We're going to bank and over to the river. Love this. It's only 3 miles away, though. We're getting closer than I thought. That runway might even be... I was thinking I would be coming up the river, but I think I banked over to the river later than I was thinking, because I think this runway is going to be right around this corner. Let's see if I can get a glance over there. Continue to lose some elevation here. We're still way up 6,000 feet, so we lost 1,000, but we've got to go down. So let's drop some more speed. We're still at 85.
Skywest Tree 444, flight level 320. Skywest Tree 444, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. Continue to Papa Delta Tango.
I'm going to slip with my rudder not bank as much, which will allow me to kind of kick out the back end. There it is. Sweet. So you don't want to land short here. All right, we're at 5,500 feet. We need to lose just over 1,000. Love this. This is great. So you can see why landing from the south may be the best option versus landing from the north. You've got that mountain right there to really drop. Here I can just come in. Just make sure you're not dumb and cut all your power and end up in the water. But there, look at this. Pretty nice little approach. We're at 5,000 feet. We're 800 feet above the runway. So we need to come down. I'm going to cut way more power here. Too fast, see? Too fast. Joystick 9, that's my buttons. We want to apply some flaps. You see those flaps coming down. What that's going to do is catch the air and slow me down. How cool is that? Just coming in for a beautiful landing. Hopefully. So, here's where you want to bank and then slip right. I'm still a little high, 4,500. I'm going to go ahead and cut my power totally. And I'm going to use my rudder to slip.
Contact Salt Lake Center on 128.55. Good day.
We're going to approach. Oh, this almost looks paved. Oh, I think that was my best landing yet.
128.55.
Sweet.
Goodbye.
That looks paved. I don't know if it's gravel or paved, but in real life I would expect that's, I mean, it's got lines in it like it's paved, but I would expect that to be gravel. But look at that. I don't know. That looks pretty paved to me. For a little airport like Pine, I would not expect that. So, hey, that was a pretty sweet landing. Let's take a look at how it went last night.
United 10.
Right now it's 6 o'clock p.m. here, and to reflect that, this is real time. So this would be a night flight. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, visibility 74.82 nautical miles. I don't think so. Can't see anything. Taking off in Prairie. I don't remember there being much in the way of pine trees. Can't even see. Whoa, okay. I mean, I imagine there is no lights like that, really. It's just out in the middle of the desert. So, this is Prairie. So, there would be no lights down there in real life. That's okay. There's a windsock. I mean, maybe there are a couple lights. Who am I to say? It is an airstrip. This is pretty scary. I can't see anything. Oh, was that the ground? Oh, so the problem is... there's all kinds of problems. One, I crashed. I think night flight is not for me. We'll try that again in the morning when the sun comes up. And with this game, it's real, so I have to wait for the sun to come up. And in reality, that's how I would play it as well. So come back and fly with me on a bright sunny day. For this flight, however, I survived. But I'm done and I'm out.